Hey friends, hey, it's your girl Kitty. If you are new to my channel, welcome. We're happy you're here. If you are part of the KKC, welcome back. To be part of the KKC, Kit Kat Crew, it's simple. Continue watching this video. If you like me, like my content, it's simple. You just need to hit that button right there. And yeah, that's how you join the KKC family. Today, guys, we are having Hashbrowns, and a homemade omelet made by moi. It's kind of mutilated. The frying pan that I use is like, yeah, it's had its day. But it's still edible. So we are going to put a little bit of sea salt. Just a little bit. And some whole black pepper. I like pepper. I don't use a lot of salt though, because there's salt in the cheese. Like everything else has salt to it. I'm pretty sure, yeah, there's salt in the cheese. So we're just gonna do that. I have some ketchup for the hash browns. Put ketchup on one. I don't want the other one to get soggy. And I have some sriracha. Just a little bit of sriracha on there. Let's dig in, guys. Oh, this looks yummy. So inside of my omelet, look how fluffy that is. Look at that fluffy egg. Inside my omelet, there's red pepper, yellow pepper, and orange pepper, fresh mushrooms, spinach, cheese, and then I put a little more cheese on the top. This is delicious. Yum. Hash brown, would you like a bite? Nom 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 nom. Mm-hmm. Oh, I love water. So, I'm tired. I am tired. Jamie's in a mood, so I'm like avoiding him. Yum. I want to get 2 frying pans of the same one that I have. But they're like $30 a frying pan or more. $40 a frying pan. They're not cheap. It's a really good frying pan. It shouldn't technically be worn out as much as it is, but it's my favorite frying pan, so I use it all the time. Ooh. Mushroom, spinach, cheese. So normally, like when that frying pan was brand new, I could make omelets and they would turn out perfect every time. My eggs would turn out perfect. But it's just worn out so much. My parents bought it for me for Christmas. Because they had one and they're like, you need one of these frying pans. So they got me one for Christmas. It was on sale. So. See that steam rolling? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I apologize if you hear nose blowing in the background. I think it's Johnny. He's not feeling well. So, I really want to try like the no dairy or whatever. But I'm like, not really sure I can give up cheese. But I know there's like vegan cheese. So I thought about trying that. Oh, did I tell you guys I got my appointment for the dietitian? Fingers crossed that it's different this time around. Like, the last couple of times I was there, it was like I wanted to learn how to eat healthier and I wanted to lose the weight, but I wasn't as serious as I am now with, you know, with my outreach of trying to get help, like, and avoid the surgeries. Not that there's anything wrong with people that get surgery. I would just, that's like my last option. Because I can, all good and well, go get my name on the list for surgery and have the surgery. But if it's not up here ready, see what I'm saying? And now starting tomorrow, alongside with my regular routine of like household chores and stuff, like when I'm up and moving around and doing and cleaning and cooking and stuff like that, I want to try to incorporate 30 minutes, starting 30 minutes a day of a combination of cardio on the machine. Excuse me. Because I have a tread climber by Bowflex. And with my injury to my knee, I say knees because even though most of the injury was to my right knee, when I fell those 2 times, there was some damage, but I don't think it was as extensive. Because when I landed, it was like, I think all of my weight, most of my weight shifted to my dominant leg. I'm right-handed, so my right leg, my right hand, the right side of my body is the dominant side. So I think when I fell, I don't know, I don't think there was as much done to the left knee as my right knee. So, I do want to walk on that machine because I think like gradual exercise is going to strengthen it, but I don't want to push it too much and cause more problems, if you know what I'm saying. So I am going to make another appointment. Or no, stop it. She's in a box. Whatever. Just to discuss with him about the pain I'm having in my knee. And I notice I'm having, and I don't know if this is because of the injury I had to my shoulder and my elbow when I was a kid. But every once in a while, and it doesn't do it on my left arm, which is so weird. That's because the injuries were done to my right elbow and my right shoulder. Dislocation. Dislocation. Dislocated? Dislocation. Is dislocation a word? Why does that sound weird? Dislocation. That's a word, but why does it sound funny? Do you ever say that, a word, and you're like, that sounds so weird. Anyways, I dislocated. I know I dislocated for sure my shoulder, but for some reason I'm like, did I dislocate my elbow or did I, maybe there was just, I don't know. Either way, I was a kid and I dislocated my shoulder and my elbow, or maybe just my shoulder, and maybe there was damage done to my, I don't know. But I know like every once in a while, my arm will lock. And when I go to, oh my God, when I go to straighten it out, it freaking hurts. And it's like, snap, like you hear it. I feel it and hear it, but other people, you can hear it when it, like if it locks on me, I'm like, oh shit. And I have to brace myself because it doesn't feel nice. Anyways, so what happened was, oh, I need to make an appointment with the doctor to, because I was supposed to months and months ago go for an MRI and I haven't heard anything. So I'm wondering if they forgot about it. So, but I know if I put losing weight off, it's going to cause even more problems. So, but what happened with my shoulder, when I was a kid, I don't even remember how old I was actually. My dad used to be like hardcore into WWF at the time. The World Wrestling Federation. So back in the day, it was WWF. And my dad was right into wrestling. And so were me and my sister. That was our favorite thing, was to sit with my dad and watch wrestling. And he even took us, wrestling came here to town a couple times. So we were watching wrestling, and my dad always did this move with me when I was a kid. And he would like, okay, say we're both standing here facing you guys. Dad would like, I'm standing beside him facing you guys. So we're like side by side looking at you guys. Dad would wrap his arm around my waist like this way and pick me up like this under his arm and flip me up over his shoulder. And then I would just kind of like slide down. I kind of like did like a somersault, like a flip. Anyways, and he did it all the time. Like I would just, Daddy, again. Like I freaking loved it. Anyways, well, one time he did it just like any other day. And up over my shoulder I went, or up over his shoulder I went. Well, instead of him like guiding me to slide down, I just whoop and fell. And the way that I landed, it dislocated my shoulder. I was freaking out. Like I was screaming bloody murder, and my mom's freaking out and yelling at my dad and telling my dad off. I told you shouldn't be doing that stuff with the girls. Someone was going to get hurt. Typical mother. So dad's like, her arm's broken. Like we've got to keep her as still as possible. And they really did. They thought my arm was broken. So dad made sure my arm stayed close to me, and he wrapped me in a blanket as snug as he could, and he carried me to the car, put me in the car, and took me up to the hospital. And sure enough, I'm not sure, for some reason I think I did dislocate my elbow or something, or damaged it. I don't know, but I know for sure my shoulder. And I know whatever I've done, whatever happened to my elbow, I haven't really noticed problems with my shoulder, but who's to say that won't catch up with me, right, when I'm older? But, oh my God, Dad took me to the hospital. They did x-rays, put my shoulder back in place, gave me pain meds, gave me a sling, and sent me home. So, any issues I have with my elbow, I think it's from that. And I mean, it's locked on me for years. Mushroom. It's kind of funny, like, there's a lot of childhood stories and memories and stuff I don't remember. Well, it's not funny, but... And I think it's from my epileptic seizures I've had my whole life. Like, growing up, I think it did a lot to my memory. So yeah, I'm diagnosed epileptic, but I haven't had like full-on seizures in years. And I haven't had what I call episodes, because I don't think what I was having when I was younger, yes, they were full-on grand mal seizures in my sleep. We'll get into that another time. I'll talk more about my seizures, my very first seizure, and a very, very, very important person to me saving my life. At first I was like, what is that? It's a piece of spinach. So my next video will be story time about me and my epilepsy. This hit the spot. Yes, sir. Great job, Brenda. Why, thank you. Anyways, guys, I want to thank you for having dinner with me. I hope you guys were eating on something yummy. And if you didn't get to eat, and you can't because of situation, circumstances, you are in my prayers that your circumstances change for the better. And I love you guys so very much. Welcome to all my new friends. Don't forget to give this a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit that button. Don't forget to drop a comment down below. I love reading the comments. I love when you guys interact with me and engage and ask questions about what, stuff I've talked about. Make comments about things I've talked about. I just appreciate your company and I value you guys so much. Like, you bring so much joy to my life. Like, I've said before, being stuck home, 24/7 by myself pretty much for the most part. It gets kitty it gets kitty lonely. Well, yes, it does get kitty lonely. But it does get pretty lonely and I don't have a lot of friends, so, and now I have almost 400 of you. And I love you guys so much. Hearts. Hearts for you. And I will catch you guys in my next video. Deuces.